You know what I love? Stories that grip you right off the bat. No beating around the bush, no build up for 100 chapters. Give me that hook right off the bat. But after you hook me, you better keep it going. Give me Lelouch grinning over the corpses of the men he just ordered to kill themselves, then build up to the best anime ending of all time. Give me the Colossal Titan destroying Walmaria, leading to a tale of intrigue, action, and war. Give me Mugen and Jin trying to kill each other, failing, then having to team up so they can escape together with Fu to find the samurai who smells of sunflowers. That being said, do not give me Lucy butchering soldiers and then nothing for the rest of Elfenlied. Do not give me Death Note, where you had the best first episode in any anime from the aughts, and then piddled around looking for a plot for the next 36. Or Sword Art Online, where the first episode was perfect, but the rest of the story devolved into a crappy harem rom-com power fantasy. So it's possible to have an amazing first chapter and then not go anywhere, but I don't think that's going to happen in the newest manga from Shonen Jump, Earthchild. There are no physical copies available, but you can read the whole thing, along with thousands of other chapters of completed and currently running manga, on Viz.com. The first chapter is one of the best I've ever read in any manga, and it sets the tone for the rest of the series. In the opening scene, a boy is rescued by a girl. He was crossing a street at night and a distracted driver was about to isekai him, when suddenly she leapt out and lifted the truck with her telekinesis. The sight of her, valiant and beautiful, is burned into his mind. The masked girl, his hero, pulls her phone out, tells him to look into the camera, and says, "Goodbye." Our main character, Ryusuke Sawada, wakes up in bed and doesn't remember a thing. Why is he covered in mud? What did he do yesterday? He remembers leaving to go to the store, but nothing after that. Except for one thing, the image of a masked girl. She was so pretty, even with that mask on. But who was she? There are 8 billion people in the world. There's no chance that he'd ever see her again. Maybe he can just forget, because the tightness in his chest is killing him. And then, she walks by him again. Memories slam back into place. They don't make sense. A girl lifting a truck with her mind? That's not possible. But this has to be her. There's no other way. While still in shock at seeing this woman again, he's suddenly face down in an armbar. She threatens to call the police, but Ryusuke just wants to thank her for saving her the other day. Shocked, she agrees to get a drink with him, curious about how he remembers her despite the memory wipe. She pulls out her phone and texts her name to her bosses. A quick investigation begins. She then drills him, trying to find out if he had some kind of special training or drugs that would override the memory wipe. Of course, Ryusuke can't say it was because he fell in love at first sight. Fortunately, Ryusuke's heroine discovers that he's just a civilian. She tells him he shouldn't get involved with her, or his life will be hell too. She asks him to imagine what it's like to be someone with telekinetic powers, and then get used by various governments to solve problems. Ryusuke tells her that they'd be a hero to him. She laughs, and finally introduces herself as Karari Hoshifuri. Before Ryusuke can tell her how nice it is to finally meet her, she's gone. In fact, he can't remember how he got there or who he was talking to. But it's better not to let him, or anyone else, get involved. Karari finds herself thinking about Ryusuke while taking down some terrorists. So Karari decides to conduct an experiment. She writes a note on the back of a terrorist and waits for Ryusuke. She's never felt this way before about anyone, and her head is full of conflicting thoughts. Just as she decides to leave, Ryusuke shows up. He remembered everything again when he saw the note written on the back of the terrorist. The two start to see each other more and more. Karari even explains what an Earthchild is. Basically, there's a small chance that certain children will be born as an Earthchild. They are the Earth's defensive system, and their mission is to protect life on the planet. Or so Karari's been told. Hearing the praises from Ryusuke fills Karari with joy, but also helps to keep her grounded. At the same time, Ryusuke is inspired by Karari. He pushes himself to be a better man, finishes college, finds a career. Eventually, he confesses to her. And how dare he say it first? Of course, they begin to date, but they take things slow. One day, Karari is injured and winds up in the hospital. She was able to stop most of the bullets, but some got through. Tearfully, she tells Ryusuke that maybe it would have been better if he forgot about her when she erased his memories. That way, no one would mourn for her if she was killed trying to fulfill her duties. Ryusuke, not wanting to see her in agony from her self-doubt, jumps out the window and asks her to marry him. Kureri is in shock. Marry? Did he just say marry? Oh crap. She dives out the window and saves him. After being scolded for his stupidity, Ryusuke tells Kureri that he realized that the two of them are going to be happy together forever. Even though she's not wearing a gorgeous dress at a fancy restaurant, at least he nailed the scenic view. The two wed and have a child, and then, shortly after giving birth to their baby, the world faces its biggest crisis yet. A meteor, large enough to destroy all life on Earth, will collide in a few months. The only thing capable of saving the Earth is Kureri. She assures Ryusuke that so long as he continues to wait for her, she'll be safe and come back to him. Of course, things don't always go the way you want, no matter how badly you want them to. The meteor is simply too large. No matter how much power she throws at it, she's only able to leave small craters on the surface. Kureri knows that her powers are stronger the closer she is to an object, so she pilots the shuttle into the planet killer. Kureri sacrifices herself, not to save the Earth, but to save her husband and child, the two people most important to her. As Ryusuke falls to his knees in despair, a single meteorite fragment flies directly to his throat, and is caught by the suddenly awakened powers of his baby. He doesn't have time to mourn. His wife died a hero, saving them and the whole planet. And now he's tasked with raising a new superhero on his own. All his life, Ryusuke has been a nobody. His biggest accomplishment was finishing college and finding a job, something anyone can do. But now he has to raise his son, alone, to be someone. He comes to the shocking realization that he holds the fate of the world in his hands. And so ends the first chapter of the manga, and possibly the best first chapter I've read since Chainsaw Man. Now, I'm not saying Earthchild is on the same level as Chainsaw Man, but the start is on par. We're only a few chapters in right now. Chapter 1 was translated on February 20th. Every chapter since has been amazing, building on the lore, adding new mysteries, creating new goals and challenges for the characters. In order to read this series yourself, head on over to viz.com and sign up for the Shonen Jump app. It's only $2 a month, and you can read on either your phone or computer. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I'm doing a push and trying to post new videos every weekday for the next few months, so look forward to lots of new videos in the near future. Or you can click here for more manga content. I've also started a Patreon. You can click the link below or go to patreon.com/Danon. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.